Hey, Shadow Riders Army, you want to start your own podcast? Well, Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere in places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So go on over and download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. Anchor. Check it out. Peace.
Full tank of gas. Haters trying to stop me cause I'm moving too fast. I stay rolling on my grind with my money on my mind cause I'm riding, y'all. I'm riding fast, approaching red line. I'm ready to blow. Ballin' till I'm falling, I ain't trying to move slow. Play a holler at you later.
Yeah, Richard 10 Shadow Riders, listen. Yo, I'm on the top of the game. Hard body on top of these lanes. Switching gears in the Maserati. Driving insane as fly as can be. Giovanna rim size 23. Shit, I'm as high as can be. Ladies call me handsome. Way before I did the Shadow Riders anthem. Now I'm sitting in the Black Phantom. More than they can handle. I play the ball hard in the car, that's coming out the front panel. What you know about that? But I ain't T.I.P., I'm R.I.C. K.Y. I show you how to stay fly in the daytime. With Shadow Riders on my side, hopping up the G-Ride, I stay live. The boy wonder's not a talk of the town. Toasted up, never boast, yeah, I'm holding it down. Gunning for now, these tough Burger King niggas coming through steady, keeping the crown. While I'm in the fruit punch jag, popping up, riding around. Believe me, dog, this is real as it sounds. Shit.
Shadow Riders Ignition.
You are now listening to the Shadow Riders Ignitions radio show. All about the JDM life.
Shadow Riders, baby.
The Shadow Riders ethos. I will be so strong that nothing can disturb my peace of mind. I will never, never, never give up, and I will never, never, never accept defeat. I will think only of the best, work only for the best, and expect only the best. I will be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as I am about my own. I will give so much time to improving myself that I have no time to criticize others. I will be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the persistence of trouble. I will think well of myself and proclaim this fact to the world, not in loud words but in great deeds. I will always surround myself with people who are faithful, accountable, and teachable. I will bring discipline, momentum, focus, determination, will, and tenacity to every challenge. I will always have the courage to follow my dreams. I will always stay humble and down to earth. I will always be real, straight, and authentic with people. I will never forget where I came from and where my true power is. I will always respect myself and my crew with pride and style. I will be driven because I am part of Shadow Riders and together we are unstoppable. Welcome everybody to the Shadow Riders Ignitions Radio Show. I'm your host, Shadow, aka Shadow Riders Leader, aka Shadow Riders Alpha. Welcome everybody. We've got a great show today. We're going to be talking about 5 ways Fast and Furious changed the car industry. Really great show today. So we'll be right back after these important messages.
SCW Performance, Dallas-Fort Worth's best race shop. Located on 1620 Interstate 35 Frontage Road, Carrollton, Texas 75006. Open Monday through Fridays 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. They offer performance installs, engine builds, repair estimates, and much more. For more information, call 405-201-7999. SCW Performance. Audio Depot, Arlington's premier spot for car audio installation. Located on 4312 Matlock Road, Arlington, Texas 76018. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, call 817-466-2441. Audio Depot. Tell them Shadow Riders sent you. Game Over Video Games, the ultimate retro video game store. Buy, sell, and trade the classics such as Atari, Intellivision, Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Saturn, and more. Located at 4648 South Cooper Street, Suite 240, Arlington, Texas, 76017. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. For more information, call 817-468-4263. Game Over Video Games.
You are now listening to the Shadow Riders Ignitions Radio Show. All about the JDM life.
Shadow Riders, baby.
Welcome back everybody. This is the Shadow Riders Ignitions Radio Show. We've got a great show, a really great show today. We're going to be talking about 5 ways Fast and Furious changed the car industry. You know, this show is all about the JDM life, and we're talking about cars, fashion, music, lifestyle, everything surrounding JDM car culture and the Shadow Riders lifestyle. And a lot of times when I talk to people, I tell them, when I try to describe the kind of cars that I like, I always tell them I like Fast and Furious type cars. I don't like slabs. I don't like the cars with the big dunks and the 32-inch rims. I don't like classic cars as much as I like JDM cars. I like a JDM style car. And before Fast and Furious, it was really hard to try to get people in the US to understand what a JDM style car is. But now all you have to do is just tell them, hey, look, you know the cars that you see on Fast and Furious that Paul Walker drives, that's the kind of car that I like. And it's a certain type of customization. It's a certain style of customization. That's number one. That's number one of the 5 ways Fast and Furious changed the car industry is customization. Now, I was in Japan from about 2003 to about 2006, back in the day when I was in the military. And in Japan, they have their style of tuning cars. You know, you got the Hondas, you got the Toyotas, Mazdas, a lot of cars that you never even see in the States. A lot of times you see those cars years later, the same model, you know, that they came out in Japan, they come out with that very same model like 3 or 4 years later in the States. but they have a whole aftermarket culture of tuning cars, and that's where the JDM comes from. Japanese domestic modification, or whatever it is. If I messed that acronym up, yeah, it's all good. But there's a certain style of customization, a certain way you get your tires and your wheels aligned on the car. The certain way you lower it. You have to have the proper fitment. You got to have a low center of gravity, low dropping your car down. What a lot of guys call slam. Well, slam is like just bringing it all the way down to the ground with bags. But if you get like a certain type of coilover or a certain type of racing spring, it brings the car down to a certain level. And that's a JDM style customization. Fast and Furious, the movie, I think really brought that style of customization to the mainstream in America especially. And then around the world, because Fast and Furious, like the first Fast and Furious movie came out in 2001, 2002-ish. And they had the Toyota Supra. That was like the last car that Brian had in the movie. And it was tuned. It had, the NOS, the loud paint, the wheels, the wing on the back, custom hood, interior, all that. And it became so popular to customize your car in a JDM style that you started seeing car companies like Ford and Mini Cooper, and Japan was doing it before all this, but like, the Nissan brought over Nismo to America, and then like the aftermarket conventions like SEMA and Hot Import Nights, those really started popping off because of the movie Fast and Furious. And like I was saying, a lot of the car companies, they'll come up with packages, like sport packages with, the custom stereo system, the big double dash radios and stuff. That was all because of Fast and Furious. And custom packages and stuff like that. That brings me to my second point. The second way Fast and Furious changed the car industry is big horsepower and small packages. You get like the 4-cylinder engine with the force-induced injection turbo systems that come in standard now in cars. But before you had to modify the car to have the extra horsepower in it. So you get Honda Civics coming standard with turbos now, but that wasn't mainstream. They couldn't sell that before Fast and Furious came out and started making it popular. And you're seeing like the Subarus and the WRXs. You're seeing the Mitsubishi Evos coming out now standard. Even the new AE86, the FRS, Hachiroko, right? You can get those standard with a increased horsepower package in the engine, and it's a small engine, small compact car with this big amount of horsepower that can compete with the American muscle cars like the Mustang with no problem. Before Fast and Furious, they couldn't really sell that point. Another thing, which is point number 3 on the 5 ways Fast and Furious changed the car industry, is a broader paint palette. A lot of car companies like Ford, they'll come out with a lime green. You're seeing the canary yellow on the S2Ks, the Hondas and Toyotas, and all the other car companies coming up with a lot of wild new colors that come standard. Even high-end companies like BMW having really weird, loud, flamboyant colors on their cars that come standard. You could buy the car off the lot with some weird, cool, bright color. And that too was influenced by the movie Fast and Furious, because you got Fast and Furious Part 2 when Tyrese had that purple, I think it was like a Mitsubishi Eclipse with the top down. It was purple with this really loud paint job done on it. And you had the female character, I forgot her name in Fast and Furious Part 2, but she had like this pink, I think it was an S2K, like a loud pink color, and then this other guy had like a bright red one, the canary yellow. And then when they came out with those cars in the movie, everybody else wanted to go paint their car like that. Everybody was influenced to have these loud colors. You see them in the magazines. You go to Super Street magazine or Import Tuner magazine, and they have like all these really crazy wild color paint jobs on these cars with the graphics on them, really loud and flamboyant. And it was really made popular by movies like Fast and Furious. And I think Fast and Furious is the movie. Everybody goes and watches the movie to see like what was cool. And it became really mainstream in America. And now, like I said, all around the world, in the like hot important nights, and like here in Dallas Fort Worth where I'm at currently, I mean, there's so many more car clubs and car shows and events and conventions and functions, and they have the craziest kinds of paint jobs that you can imagine, and it's cool now. All right, number 4 on the 5 ways that Fast and Furious changed the car industry. Number 4 is interior tech. Interior tech. Remember, like my favorite of the Fast and Furious series is Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. And remember the scene where Twinkie, the guy played by Bow Wow, had the it was like one of those cubes. I think it was like a Nissan Cube or something like that, and it was painted like this crazy green color, and it had the graphics done so it looked like the Hulk, the comic book character, the Hulk. And he opened up the trunk, and he had all these speakers in the back, all along the wall of the car and on the floor, and speakers everywhere. And another guy had the system just like the speakers all on the side dash and on the bumper, and he just bumping his music loud. The character played by Ludacris, yeah, he had like the bumping system. And not only that, the customization of all the gauges, having computers inside of the car so they can tweak the oil pressure and the ability to use NOS and turning on their turbos just right, having everything inside customized and tweaked to their specifications. And once again, they started doing it, and then the aftermarket community started doing it. They started coming out with all these upgrades and packages so you can have dials on your dashboard and readouts and all these different kind of interior tech customizations. The lights on the inside, the LED lights along the dashboard and the hood and along the door and underneath the wheels and the grill, all that. That's interior tech. Not only the speaker system, but all those little bells and whistles that you can do to the interior of your car. Fast and Furious, the movie, really made that popular and made it like accessible to the mainstream audience and the general public. And number 5, in the final way Fast and Furious changed the car industry, is Vin Diesel wannabes. And I gotta say, I'm kind of a Vin Diesel wannabe. He really made it seem like his character Dom in the movie really made it seem like it was cool to be a guy turning riches. You know, he didn't have he wasn't a big baller. He was just a regular guy who had a passion for his cars. And I think that really connects with a lot of guys, a lot of males in the world. They, take pride in what you have. It made it okay to take pride in, okay, yeah, I got this, this is not a Lamborghini or a Maserati, it's a Toyota or a Honda, but I still can tune this thing. And it made guys believe that, yeah, I can still tune this thing and compete with a guy that has like a, super sports car or whatever. And Vin Diesel's character really, really brought all that. He kind of embodied all of that. Everything that's cool. He was a leader. He was a family guy. He had family values. He had a lot of really good qualities. And I know he was a bad guy. His background was a bad guy, but he had a good heart. So I think that really connected to a lot of guys. A lot of guys at the core, that's what they are. That's what they really are at the core. They're good guys, they mean well. And having a car that matches your personality by customizing the inside, the engine, the paint, the suspension, having a car that really matches you, that you really identify with. I think that really resonated with a lot of guys out there. Because, Dom, Vin Diesel's character, he wasn't even into JDM. He was more into American muscle. He was a classic car guy. But at the same time, he will jump into like a JDM car and race it just like it was anything else. But he had the facility to, he had the know-how and to, tune the car to his specifications. And he was a really great leader. He was cool. He was like he didn't have a whole bunch of girlfriends. He had just like, Letty was like his main girl. And yeah, he was confident. He didn't take any crap from other people, any other guys. A lot of guys, that badass persona. A lot of guys want to be like that, So yeah, that's number 5, and that completes the 5 ways Fast and Furious changed the car industry. And I had a really good time with this show. This is the second one I've done. And we're gonna keep this series going. We're gonna keep on doing these on a weekly basis. So make sure you stay tuned for the next one. Also, make sure you go check out everything that we're doing with Shadow Riders. Go check out shadowriders.com. Check out all the stuff we have to offer. We got the t-shirts. Go get you a Shadow Riders t-shirt. Make sure you go check out our mascot, Phantom, and his story at phantomiscool.com. Make sure you go pick up the book. The book is out. Pick you up some Phantom gear. Got not only books, you can get stickers, posters, and all that good stuff. Yeah, make sure y'all support the Shadow Riders movement. Also, my album is out. I want y'all to go check out my album, the Prelude album. That's also available online, Amazon, iTunes, all the popular things like that. I'll put the links in the description, but make sure you check out everything that we're doing with Shadow Riders and myself. The book, the t-shirts, the stickers, the posters, the Phantom gear, the album, all that stuff. And alright, that's all the time we have for today. Check you guys next time, next show. And this is Shadow, aka Shadow Riders leader. aka Shadow Riders Alpha, signing out.